Well, I just snoozed, just kind of dozed off, and it started up. So I'm not sure exactly what it is. It could be that I use too much magnesium oil on my upper torso. My diaphragm's weak or something, maybe. I'll have to look at that. But I think it's something I ate. And I've turned on my humidifier because I did turn that off. Thank you, Larry. So it's like 10, I guess 10% drier. I mean, it's not horrible. It's 42, but I was keeping it around 52 to 55. So I'm going to do that again. It seems like my sinuses are shutting down, but that could be from the reflux too. Right. It's different than the infection. It's not the same as the infection. Right. Then again, I do have to digest that. It'll be another few hours probably before it digests. I took a Beano with it just in case. Sometimes, if your sinuses have issues, it'll give you acid reflux, right? Like sucking through a straw, that kind of thing, right? Hopefully, be better by the time it's to sleep. A lot of times, like until it doesn't settle down to like midnight or something, but then it's okay. So hopefully that happens, or maybe even sooner. Again, I just wish you'd get some people in there to fix what's going on. I have no idea what it's going to happen in court because they're going to find, okay, so what's going to happen is you're going to have government experts testify, maybe even an outside expert. And what you're doing is there's 22-year-olds learning things about government that you can't take back. I mean, you got people that are like, 50 years old, been in government their whole life, and they got to tell the 22-year-old, justification for their position. It's like insane. That's your job. It's your job to know everything about them and discover it. Right. I mean, it's the government's job. That person's just working a job, but you want him to justify his job. This job was here before he got there. He got the job. That's the justification that he knows. Right. I mean, it's insane. I just can't see how the court's going to support any of it. It's insane. Like I said, it's like writing right on the wall with crayon. It's like kids writing on the wall with crayon. Well, you've asked for greater output from government. But you're like, you want to kill it, right? No, there isn't anybody that can do any better. I'll tell you that. Right? Don't fantasize about that one. Right? Because all you got is government people that can do government stuff. The other people, they're out like these guys. They're not doing it the way the government does it, and it's leaving gaping holes. You, by the nature of what you're all doing, you're gonna have to be followed the rest of your life, probably. That's if you don't mess up and get yourselves put in jail somehow. I'm just telling you. It's weird. It says it's 91% humidity outside and it's 42 in here. That's a big difference. I guess I had the heat on. It's just these, like I said, this apartment is just like it sucks because it's just like hot and cold spots. So you're like too hot over here, too cold over there. That's why I wish when it's warmer, it doesn't have as much issue. Like if I turn the AC on in the summer or something, I don't notice it as much. Right. Yeah, it's one spot on my back. It just keeps tightening up, and I think that's where that nerve tightens it up. Right. It's like right where the lat kind of goes into the back at the bottom. So it's reacting to that maybe that off kilter nerve. Then again, he could hit it with corticosteroid. It might settle down, and that'd be it. Right. Now, compared to how bad I was in Tyler, I mean, it's not that bad, but that was real bad. Right. I was so tight. It's almost like they drugged me with something to tighten me up. Because even like my ribs were tight, the muscles around my ribs. Because I was up on putting that on my van. I was putting a cargo rack on, and I twisted it. And I was like, I pulled the muscle in my rib, but it's like it shouldn't even be tight. Right. Nothing made sense. He shouldn't have been around me. My life would have been normal and well. I mean, I'm sure they said stuff like, "Oh, he thinks this suck doesn't deserve it. He could have." I mean, they should have been sued for millions of dollars. I just couldn't get to it. I mean, it's kind of shit they say. Even when I was working, like you work hard, but you don't deserve anything. Because why? Because you're not one of those pieces of shit. Right. I'm not griping, and no, I'm not obsessing. You screwed my life yesterday. It's one long chain, believe you me. You shouldn't have put so many people in if you didn't want to hear about it 20, 30 years later. Right. Well, I don't know if I'm going to get any sleep tonight. Thanks to them. Right. Sometimes it happens in the evening and then it just subsides. And maybe it's because the food has to digest. I don't know. But as soon as I kind of just started relaxing, then it started up right again. And then it goes on for a while. I mean, they may know how to do that to me. Right. Yeah, they've been doing it how many decades? And watch me get sick and go, okay, do that again, and then do that again. I mean, this is the kind of shit they are. And some were 22-year-old kids. Got to wonder which one of you billionaires hired them. I guess that's what they do, right? Make 22-year-old kids millionaires while fucking off real heroes and real veterans and real law enforcement officers. Right. I mean, Elon was brought in too when he was a kid, right? Illegal immigrant kid trying to take over the country. I don't think he's gonna be able to. I think it's gonna going to backfire, right? Unless the judges are chicken, but I don't think so. Lindsey Graham already said something. Right. Well, I think they were trying to respect the presidency, right? And the quote unquote mandate that doesn't really exist. Because part of your mandate were Arabic people, right? And all they wanted was like Palestine statehood or something, right? Right. I mean, that's the only reason they voted for you. Again, of course, Biden was doing all that, allowing all that bombing. Right? He wasn't serious. Everybody, it's like, oh no, stop, please stop. He's probably watching his stock market, his Raytheon stock. His Raytheon is a drone people, right? He's watching his stock go up. His defense industry stock. I mean, sometimes I think that's what drives some of them, right? It's like COVID, the vaccines. Everybody invested in the vaccines. Nah, it's not good. I want to have a good sleep tonight, or at least, if I get 5 hours, that's plenty for me. But I only got like 2 last night. Once this thing subsides, I'll be able to pick up again. But well, it might be. I don't think it's an ulcer, but it could be a gastritis. So what happens is it goes from my lower back all the way up to my just around my shoulder blade, and then I can feel it like lightly in my neck. So it's the muscles are pulling is what it's doing. It's not the nerve, like because the nerve only works down, right? She should have been stopped a long time ago. I would have had a normal life. Everybody knew it was happening. But we got to talk to the president about this idea of letting CIA people leave early. I don't know, who they are, but we that's the type of agency where they don't just get to leave early. There has to be like somebody within the agency that approves it, right? There has to be. You have to give them the name, and they have to say, yeah, we can afford to let that person go, right? That's how government works. Okay. What if that's a CIA person that monitors for threats for Trump, like threats against the president and the White House? You still gonna let him go? Almost healing, and then this shit happens again. It's a curse, right? It's trying to get me healed again. Nah, it's just kind of weird too. The temperature is it is not cool, right? Well, it's going to warm up a little bit tomorrow and the next day, but then it goes back down. And I don't know. This time of year, for some reason, the weather report shifts a lot. Right? It's like like the next few weeks is a volatile forecast, right? Maybe I shouldn't eat dinner. I don't know. I was really hungry, but I felt like it was clearing up, and I didn't doze off, so I guess I wouldn't know for sure. But it wasn't bad as it had been because I couldn't even lay on my side without erupting. But I did put some magnesium oil on my back just now, so that could be some of what's doing it. That can cause your diaphragm to weaken and all that. Right. Right. So that was kind of a bad move. I was using the other stuff, the arnica, but it's just so hard to put on my back. It's just easier to spray the magnesium oil. So I probably messed up by putting the magnesium oil. My muscles are probably relaxing too much. Right. The arnica actually works better, which probably says that it's inflammation. Right. Which means corticosteroids should work, but I got to get myself to the health of going to get it. Right. I'm going to put this. It's like weird because it's warming certain sections of the. I turned up the heat a little bit. It's warming certain sections of the apartment, but like other sections are too hot. Or too warm. Feels kind of gross. So what I'm thinking I'm going to do, I'm going to pull this curtain over here. This door is like wide open. So anytime you're ready to pay me, I'm waiting for that money. I don't have the money till I have it, so don't try to put anything in my head. I might have actually fared better in Missouri, but I figured I fared better here. And I guess it wasn't true. If I had to do it over again, I'd probably just go straight to Manhattan and would have lived in that apartment. Looked nice. Well, because I figured it may be easier to live out here, but probably not. Right. And since I was in the big red one, there might be a modicum of respect. Right. I'm going to see if I can locate it. Definitely much cheaper, right? Right. Probably would have had a better life out there. I was just worried because it was so conservative and so many people in the conservative world went deep state. Right. not like it used to be. Right. Well, again, it goes back to CYA, right? You know, you're exposing, grown, you know, high security position people to 22-year-olds that, who maybe shouldn't even know what job that person actually does, right? Just helping you understand how the court might say it. Well, because that's why the Democrats are just laying low and just pounding their fists on the table. Right. But they want you to keep going. Right. I don't remember what that apartment was, but I know it looked great. That might be it. Yeah, this one's all no rugs. This is probably it. A little bit more money. I mean, not than it is here. Right. I get it. I can afford a 2-bedroom. Let me see if that's them. I know what their site looks like because I actually got to the site. That looks like it, maybe. No, it doesn't, I guess. Wait, this one's showing carpet, but I don't think it has carpet. It has a full-size washer and dryer. There's no carpet. That's good. Not high ceiling, but I think it looks nice. Right. $500 off your first full month rent. I think they had something like that the first time too. Oh, it is 9-foot ceilings. It's just much bigger, I guess. It looks. They're like all available. For the price I'm paying here, I get it has all hard floors. Right? Wouldn't have had to buy this vinyl carpet. 2 bath, 987 square feet, which is 200 more square feet or more than that than here. Right? Available today, 1227. I could actually get a 3 bedroom, and I'd get rid of my garage. Right? It'd be the same price I'm paying here because I pay I pay $100 for the garage, so that drops that down to 226. That's 1,170 square foot. I should have went to Manhattan. See, but if they hadn't operated me, I'd have moved to Manhattan. Wouldn't even thought twice about it. Right? Like she's trying to project. I don't remember what. I don't think that's the one I saw, but it was somewhere. See what else we got here. It's definitely very similar. Had a very distinct website. I should have definitely. I was so close of changing my destination. Right. I could have moved in right that same day. Right. Or within a couple days. So I was like, why don't I go there? Again, deep state changed my ability to make that decision. Oh, it's not showing up. That may have been it, but it definitely didn't look like the website. Sinuses are definitely clogged for some reason. Could be from that. Could be from GERD, from the acid reflux. Definitely felt better before I ate. I mean, I felt okay after I ate, but when I laid down, then it really got weird. Right. Oh, there's nothing I can see there. Let's look at this one here. Here it's on Zillow. I don't remember how I found it. All I remember is getting to this website and I was like amazed. I know that's not the website. It was a very, very distinct website. Like an upscale website. There's some really cheap apartments in Manhattan. Right. I'd probably had a better 2 years in Manhattan. Right. Well, if they're real conservatives, they don't step over a line. You know what I mean? Right. They maintain the appropriate decorum. Anytime you're ready to send me money, I'm ready to receive. I hope I sleep tonight. Like sometimes I would have a little bit of acid reflux, and by the time I fall asleep, it's just totally obliterated. That's an interesting apartment. Yeah. They all have carpet though. Like this one has carpeted bedroom. I have no idea where that apartment is. I mean, it could be, but I already saw their site and it looked nothing. Nothing like the site I saw. It could be this one. Yes. I think it was fairly new. That was expensive. One called Blue Earth or something. $2,200 for. It's a 1 bedroom. It's pretty big though. 1,400 square foot. That's a nice 1 bedroom. And like I'm not lifting weights or nothing, so I'm not stretching my body. I mean, some of this might be just stretching my body a little further. Right. I used to do a lot of pull downs, which would stretch my back and keep it outboard instead of inboard. Right. So I need to get this thing over with so I can get back to figuring that part of this thing out. Right. Well, you can go get massages and they can stretch you during the massage and things like that. Great. They can simulate all that type of gym work. Right. This one's got the apartments more expensive. I already went to the site, and the apartments are like a little cheaper. And they even got like arch doorways in the apartment and bullnose. So I guess I don't know if it's bullnose, but it's got an upgrade molding. Nice washer dryer. I would have definitely got a tub there. Right. I guess the second floor's got carpet. A lot of them are like that. But I don't think this is the one. Where's the cars parked at though? That don't make sense. I guess on the side there's lots. Oh, that's nice too. They have all the utilities. Like here, the utilities are right by the patio. The patio is separate from the utility, but it doesn't look like it's a big patio. I'm trying to see the side if that's only part of the patio or the full patio. You can mail like a letter with the money, like tell me where to get the money out, sign into the VA and it'll be there. Right? So you don't have to actually come out here or do anything, You just send a letter. I'm serious. I expect it. Yeah, they got a photo of Miss Wiles a little bit freaked out about something. Yeah, I just think I don't know who could do it, but you need to talk the uh, to Trump's people. The CIA bosses have to approve the early release, right? 100%. Because there's people that they may not be able to let go, because the person that's going to replace them won't be here until a certain point, right? But then again, they might be able to. Look, Drudge is turning really negative against Musk. Remember, Trump threatened Drudge. I don't know how it happened. I donated to Harris's campaign, and Trump threatened me like an hour later. Well, they're souring on his influence. It like reversed. Like he have a lot of influence is 26%, and to have a little influence is 43%. Right. When it like 3 months or a couple months ago or whenever it was reversed. There's too much turmoil. If they're real conservatives, though, they don't like they're not going to like turmoil, right? That's why I say doing this stuff in the open is like crazy. It's asking for trouble. Right. We got to get our stock market going. That's that. See, the European stock market's beating us because you got all this, turmoil, right? It started before Trump took office. I mean, the threat started a long time ago, right? Use of Trump. Yeah, America's cattle herd continues to drop to new record low. I think people are swearing off beef a little bit. I mean, there's some really boutique beef out there, right? But I don't think the quantity is being consumed, right? But I think some people like once in a while will eat a very high quality cut of beef, right? But I don't eat meat. Grosses me out, really. Oh, they got the lab chicken for sale. They were saying it wasn't feasible. It was too much money. Right. Oh, they did it again, or did they? Or attacking Melania again? I forgot what I said the last time. But I have a whole thing on that somewhere. Oh, right. Okay, yeah. So monitor the first lady and if you, her it's counter spycraft. If she goes online, look on her, around her online. Thank you, Larry. And then also any strange vehicles that might be showing up. Right. Well, they supposedly aired some images that they shouldn't have in Russia, so they might be trying to manipulate her emotions in an attempt to maybe manipulate Donald Trump. Correct. Thank you, Larry. Thank you, Larry. See, corporate profits is near all-time highs. See, that's what I'm telling you. They're causing inflation while wages near lows. So they're causing the inflation. The wages are low and the profits are high. Right. Thank you, sir. I mean, I'm not telling you to destroy. Look what they did on Yahoo News here. Oh, it's the Daily Beast with Susie Wiles. Oh, so I don't know, maybe it's just the way she's looking at him. Maybe I am hearing from her. Maybe I guess I am hearing from her. She's the person I'm hearing from her. Or somebody that's in that thing. Right. No, Donald's being Donald a lot. Right. Then yeah, I was a goof, man. It's a goof. Hanging out with his buddy Trump. I think we did that last time. They restricted funds to sanctuary cities. Just trying to read up on the first day of Bondi. Well, she's doing the weaponization task force. I don't know if it's gonna fly. Because Trump weaponized, he just didn't weaponize as good. Right. Thank you, Larry. That's the point, right? You just have to stop all that bullshit at a certain point, right? Well, I mean, you can, I mean, it could be that you're going to have a finding and you're going to exonerate Trump, but, right. I'm going to try to look at what Saudi Arabia is doing here. Yeah, okay. Yeah, Saudi Arabia is not going to mind it at all, right? But what I would do is I would still try to see if any, like if somebody has young children, they would benefit from relocating if we set them up right, right? Regular. There's no need, to live in that situation. So even, I mean, it's definitely overcrowded. So if we can get a certain number of people to relocate, that would be, I don't know, maybe there would be an individual program also you can put together where you don't build a city, but you relocate families, right? But into housing, right? Like you fund housing, right? Not tent city, right? I think that's what the biggest thing. I mean, I'm not saying they want anything else, but I think Egypt and Jordan just simply do not want them coming in there in tent cities, right? Well, I mean, you might have the weaponization task force to exonerate Trump. You can announce that it was all illegal. And Trump was politically investigating Biden, right? Remember Lev and all that, right? Giuliani. Right? I can't believe it's so humid outside. It's barely humid in here. Well, stay peaceful. Praise God.